upon us, and one of the reasons why I'm falling out of love with politics, which is disheartening because I'm really a big fan of politics and I'm a big fan of current events and looking back on this stuff in history. But it has become so divided. And do I think that Donald Trump has made the country more divided? He has not helped the divide. So you could say that he's added on to it. It started to be divided when Obama was president. And you cannot like that. You can think that that's me, again, being a Trump pom-pom waver, even though I'm not. Because there's a lot of things Trump does that I'm not a fan of. And there were some very good things that President Obama did. And I thought that President Obama, well, sometimes he came across smug, arrogant. Overall, he was a person that handled the presidency, the office of the presidency, with overall class. And half the time, even if he was bullshitting, I could listen to Obama talk for hours. For hours. Even if I was a 100% truck driving, red-blooded Republican, I would want to listen to Obama for hours. The man just had a knack. He knew how to talk. And I was blown away by his speeches. And where half the time it was fluff and filler, well, looking back on it, yeah. But the man gave a great speech. He gave a great speech and you had to talk and you had to work a room. But there was division. There was division with the cops and the NYPD, and then you had a whole race thing going on with Obama, and Trump has not Trump has not helped it. He has more so added to it and made it worse. Now this whole thing with these four congresswomen, Tlaib, Omar, AOC, and I'm not sure who the other one is, but these four women, so they have a history of being accused of hating the country. And I hope in their heart of hearts that they do appreciate the country that they're in, the country that they're serving in, the country that has made them very successful, and they're four successful congresswomen. And AOC has a really great following, and I think if she works on some things, I really think she has a bright future in politics. I just think that the whole thing is just being blown out of proportion. And again, it's identity politics, which I hate. I hate identity politics. And my man Lance J, who I love, by the way, and you could listen to Lance J. Just search up Lance J on YouTube. Look him up on Facebook and Instagram, and you're gonna like what you hear. The guy, sports guy, and a very, very, very smart guy. He's also got a lot of smart things to say about the world of politics. Very smart things to say. But he's another one not a fan of the identity politics, and I'm not a fan of the identity politics either. I think that divides more than anything. It's just going out of your way to make it about race or make it about something. Now, do I think that Trump was wrong about send her back? And do I think that the chants of send her back were wrong? Absolutely. You know what they should have chanted, really? They should have chanted, vote her out. Simple as that. Vote her out. The person, Ilhan Omar, was born in this country. Now, I know there's a whole lot of stuff going on, that she married her brother, and I it looks pretty accurate that she married, but now that she married her brother, and that was the reason that she came. I don't know what again. It's I don't care about that. It's that stuff I don't care about. Who cares? If she's gonna do a good job for Minnesota and she's gonna do a good job for the country, I don't care who the hell she married. If she married a sister, I don't care, as long as she does a good job. I think her remarks about Israel and her marks and her remarks about 9/11, I think were insensitive, and I think they were not good remarks, and it didn't put her in a good light. And I do think that she has to come up and kind of own up to that. And I think AOC also has to own up to all these things about Antifa beating up people, beating up journalists. And she does not disavow them once. She doesn't condemn them once. The minute an ICE agent does something, though, she's all over it. But Antifa brutally assaults journalists. Nothing is said there. So I think they have to do a good job of that, a better job of that. But I think to send her back chants were disgraceful. And who is Trump kidding? Trump goes, oh, did you see? Did you see? I really told him to stop. Does this look like a person who told him to stop?
Has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
That doesn't look like a guy telling him to stop. It looks like a guy that's eating up the crowd and eating up the crowd excitement. And then when it didn't go as planned and he was getting reamed on social media, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't like it. I was telling him to stop. No, you weren't. It's right there. Then the best is that he posts something on Twitter. See, look, I told him to stop. No, you didn't. You're looking around like this. That's not telling him to stop. Come on, Donnie boy, we're not stupid. Now, you know my stance on illegal immigration. I feel that there has to be some sort of decorum, and people have to come into the country legally, and there has to be a system. And let's fix the system so it doesn't take 20 years for these poor bastards to come into the country, to come into America because they want to come here. So you know my stance on that, but this is the thing that gets me a little bit. Trump going, either you love it or by God you leave it. But the people in these other countries, they can't love it or leave it because they're trying to come to America and they're not being allowed to. That was a point that came up the other day. Someone brought that up on my Facebook, and I literally said, touche. I never thought of it that way. Still doesn't change my mind about illegal. You can't be in the country illegally. You can't do it. And people that are in the country illegally, they can't be getting aid and money. When veterans and homeless people that are in this country aren't getting anything. I mean, you have to at some point stand up for the people in the country. That's what gets me. But I still think Trump will lose in 2020. I think he will lose in 2020. And he'll either lose to Biden or he'll lose to Harris. He will lose. He's not winning re-election in 2020. I can tell you that right now. Bank it. Bank it. On July, what are we at? 21st at 5:15. You can bank it. Donald Trump will not be re-elected as president of the United States. I'm telling you right now. Biden or Harris will beat him, and they'll beat him handily. I can promise you that.